Good evening, everyone. Welcome to North Harrison High School. Mike Beck, Jim Kazmarek in the booth. Had some technical issues this evening, and sorry that you've missed pretty much all of our pregame coverage. But, hey, the most important thing we're here for tonight is a football game, right, Jim?
That's right.
All right, I think we are broadcasting. Everything seems to be working on our end, and with that, we'll go ahead and try to get this thing rolling. Waiting for Silver Creek to come back. They took a respite. And the sun is dropping in the east. It's a beautiful night, sunshine, and we've got clear skies, perfect football weather. Game day weather brought to you tonight by The Locker Room.
Mike, I hate to tell you this, but the sun sets in the west.
The sun sets in the west? Which way did I say?
East.
Did I say that? I can tell you, I've just been a little flustered here, Jim. As you know, when things don't work, it's a handful to try to make the magic happen. But I think we're live, I'm told, and we will do our best to bring you the best football game possible. Silver Creek 6-0, North Harrison 3-3, and your game day weather brought to you by The Locker Room. Visit them at 319 Spring Street or call them 812-282-8600. All right. We didn't get a chance to present these teams, but in a nutshell, what can we tell our folks tonight about this game?
Well, what we're expecting is Silver Creek to play some really good defense. They're ranked third in 4A, and they're only giving up 8.3 points a game. They have outstanding special teams play and a really good ground attack. North Harrison's kind of banged up. They got a lot of young kids playing. Their key to the game is going to be the ball control, keep Silver Creek's offense off the field. It'll be interesting to see how Ben Landers comes back at quarterback. He was injured the last game and a half, and so he's starting tonight. So we'll see how he's recovering and able to play. So in a nutshell, I think it's going to be a ground game. Both teams are very solid ground attack and really don't put the ball in the air very much.
And both teams have been bit by the injury bug this season as the captains go out to midfield to do the coin toss to figure out who gets the ball first. Quarterback Dylan Myers, who led the team for the first 2 and almost 3 games, injured at the Providence game, week 3. We were there, didn't even know he was hurt till afterwards. He's been out, may be able to come back later in the season. Ben Landers stepped up, played a couple, 3 games, did a great job.
Yes.
Then he went down. Bryson Gatlin came in, continued the role. How hard is it to keep a team moving forward when the leadership at quarterback changes so often?
And that's a real reflection on how good of Coach Dave Pappenhaus is to have his team respond to a third-string quarterback. Like he said, it's just a matter of plugging in the next person. It's their turn to come in and play. And the other good thing about that, Mike, is that the other kids on the team that are sitting on the bench, that are practice players, see that, hey, if I pay attention and I work hard in practice, I'm one play from going in the game and playing. So it really does help all the kids learn to pay attention.
It sure does, and they're going to get their shot tonight against a North Harrison team that's also been bit by the injury bug. A lot of kids out. A couple of them carted off in an ambulance, I'm told. So it hits both sides, and usually about this time of the season, that seems to have kind of worked its way through almost every program, hasn't it?
Right. And I do see Dylan Myers. He came out with the captains, and he's in one of those walking boots, so he is walking again.
Yeah.
That hopefully he'll be able to come back and participate later in the season.
Well, that's the hope they have, and perhaps something you wonder, does it mess up something if he does come back? And if he comes back too soon, does it risk further injury? There are a lot of questions, and I'm sure Coach Pappenhaus and his parents and the medical staff will evaluate all the options, figure out what's best for him, for the program, and for everyone concerned.
Well, he's not running off the field. He is walking off the field. And he is a junior, so you really don't want him to have some kind of injury that would keep him from participating next year. He is an outstanding player and did a really great job in the 2 games we saw him play.
Yeah, he sure did. He was a great field manager and ran a pretty good ball when he kept it himself.
Well, he had 245 passing yards in those games. So, and the other side, talking about North Harrison's running game, Jared Finn, their senior quarterback, he has 210 yards passing, 440 yards rushing. Aaron Neville, the running back, has 447 yards rushing. And then Zach Taylor, another senior running back, has 111 yards rushing. So they're a strong rushing team.
Well, you talked to Coach Williamson before the game. Weren't able to present that interview, but Coach Williamson, he's run first, run second, run third, pass, if you have to.
Only when necessary. and he hasn't had many chances this year where it was actually necessary.
All right. Well, the teams are on the field. Time for the kickoff. Silver Creek will kick it away, and the Cougars will return. Checking out the players deep for North Harrison. Aaron Neville, number 5, the running back, the deepest of the ones in the back. Zachary Taylor's also back there, and I believe the other one is Noah Mars. Names we'll be calling along.
Jonathan McIntyre kicking off.
And a short kick. It's going to fall in between. Bounce picked up by Neville, and he's hit right away.
Nice tackle. Good tackle.
And not much of a return on that kick, taking it about the 23, advanced to the 24, and that'll be 1st and 10. North Harrison, first touch of the ball tonight. We'll see what they can do on offense against this defense from Silver Creek. They've kind of made a mark on defense the last few years, haven't they?
They really have. And like I say, if you're ranked in the top 10 in any class in defense or offense, you're doing some really good work. And they've got some strong defensive players. Peyton DeLesio, Taylor Betts, and Dylan Mize, all really good defensive players. We know DeLesio's good. We saw him intercept the ball and run it in for a touchdown against Providence.
1st and 10, quarterback under center, hands off. Neville gets the ball. Picks up about 2 or 3. Hard off-tackle run that time, and the defense comes up and makes the stop.
Yeah, Heath Knight on the tackle, initial tackle.
2 yards on the carry, 2nd down and 8. North Harrison will stay on the ground quite a bit tonight. Any trickeration in that offense, Coach?
Well, they run this double wing T, which relies on a lot of counter plays. So you'll see a lot of counters, a lot of like inside handoffs, reverses, things like that.
Misdirection?
Yes, a lot of misdirection.
Similar to what the Silver Creek might see in Brownstown?
Yeah, right.
2nd and 8, here's the handoff. Quarterback's going to keep it himself. Tries the right side once again, and he'll be out about the 28, maybe 29-yard line, where it'll be 3rd down. They gave him 3 more, 3rd and 5, the call.
Taylor Betts on the tackle. We just mentioned him, and there he was making the tackle.
Big play here. See if North Harrison can move the chains. This might actually help Silver Creek as they prepare not to look ahead and past North Harrison, but their big test will be next week for sure. And there's a flag. Nice work by the offense to change the cadence and get the jump.
Yep.
5-yard penalty. That should be a 1st down.
It's going to be a little short.
Just shy, about half a yard.
Yeah, good hard count by the quarterback and drew Silver Creek offside.
We'll make it 3rd and inches.
That looked like
another move in the chains. They say it is enough for a 1st down, and so they do. Move the chains, 1st and 10.
All right, well, that's a very generous. They didn't come out and measure, though, did they?
Ball's on the 33-yard line, 1st and 10. North Harrison picks up their first down. Compliments of the Dragon defensive line, jumping off sides. Let's see what they do with 1st and 10 here. Fenn under center. 3 backs behind him. Neville the deepest. Fenn keeps it himself. They've been coming to the right every time. And he had a little bit of room that time. Broke it out 10 yards and a couple more.
Well, it looks like North Harrison has kind of gone into what I call a power I formation. They have all 4 backs right by the quarterback. Quarterback, fullback, tailback, and a slot back that's kind of stuck in between the guard and tackle. And they're running a real power attack right now instead of their I would consider their normal wing T offense.
12-yard gain. That picks up 1st down. Ball at the 46-yard line. And quarterback Fenn brings it up under center. Neville behind him. And Neville gets the handoff. They've been going to the right every time. And it's working. Good defense.
Yeah, he broke.
To finally catch up to him, Trey Shane on the stop.
Yeah, he broke a tackle, 18 for Heath Knight, who's a good defensive player, got into the backfield, but Neville broke the tackle.
Hard running by Neville, picked up 8 yards, 2nd down and 8. Ball across midfield at the 46-yard line. Silver Creek defense, all the pressure, 2nd down and 2, I'm sorry. Silver Creek defense, they've been tested on the right side every time so far.
And North Harrison is running an unbalanced line to the right side, unbalanced backfield to the right side. As you can see here, Mike, you see that they had 2 backs. They had 2 offset backs, one behind the guard and one behind the tackle. So it truly is an unbalanced line. Silver Creek has to make some adjustment. They have to slant into where the unbalance is or move a man over. And then they have to be careful that they don't over-adjust and let North Harrison go back to their weak side.
Yeah, bootleg or something like that.
Right.
Picked up 2.5. It was enough for a first down across the 45 to the 43-yard line. 1st and 10. North Harrison putting together a nice little drive here. First touch of the ball, and they use a lot of clock. They love to.
And that's their game plan, to keep Silver Creek's offense off the field.
There's bootleg. Fenn's got a lot of room on the left side. He'll have a first down and finally chased out of bounds, but now they say he was tackled inbounds. The clock will stay running. But a first down inside the 45, 35-yard line.
Yeah, Jake Lucas ran him out of bounds, but that's what you have to be worried about. You over-adjust to the unbalance, and they run a bootleg or a sweep to the other side.
They put the ball down at the 30, 1st and 10. North Harrison on the march, started at their own 23-yard line, and helped by 1 penalty by Silver Creek, but they've been doing this all on the ground.
And they're doing what their coach talked about. One of the keys to their game was to control the clock, control the ball.
Fenn to Neville. Neville goes
couple yards.
I'd say cloud of dust, but this field is in perfect condition for this late in the season.
Well, and Neville's a 5'8", 225-pound running back, so he is a load. He is definitely a load.
Picked up just 1 on the play, 2nd and 9. Fenn goes over to the sideline, gets the play in from Coach. Colt Beach, one of the backs, pats him on the head. An affirmation pat, I'm sure.
Mm-hmm.
And they're heavy to the right once again. And here we come. Fenn keeps it himself. This time not much doing. Good defense that time.
Mm-hmm.
No gain, if anything.
That was Heath Knight, again, from his linebacker spot, shooting in the gap there and making the tackle.
3rd and 9. Lost about half a yard. So 3rd and long. We'll see what they do here.
This is a 4-down territory for them, I'm sure.
Right.
So make 5 yards and then get 5 more on the next play.
Fenn waits for the snap.
Long County's trying to draw them offside. Silver Creek held their ground that time.
Didn't bite. Goes back under. Here we go. There's the snap. Going to drop back. Looks to put it in the air. He's hit a couple of times. Finally tries to get away, and he can't manage to get a pass off.
Yeah, Taylor Betts was the first one in there. Kind of corralled him, but he got away. If he got away, it's good quarterback play. The second tackle, he didn't get away.
All right, well, that brings up 4th and lost about 3-4 yards on the play. 4th and 14's the call. Ball at the 33-yard line.
Surprised they passed, Mike. Honestly, surprised they passed.
I wasn't expecting that, actually. But now 4th and long, they may be forced into a passing situation. Silver Creek defense looking for pass. And there it is. And not a bad throw, just a little over his hands. Target was Dawson Howell, and he couldn't pull it in. Incomplete. Turnover on downs.
Well, that still was a good drive for them. They had the ball for almost 5 straight minutes.
Yeah.
Actually, 6 minutes.
Yeah, a little over 6 minutes.
Yeah.
1st and 10. Silver Creek's first touch of the ball halfway through the first quarter here. You're in Ramsey, Indiana, North Harrison High School. Mike Beck, Jim Kazmarek, and along with our crew here tonight. Happy to be here. First time we've been in North Harrison, and they've been nothing but kind and helpful, so we appreciate it.
Yeah, and a nice press box, great field.
Yeah. And great fan support. Nice crowd out here tonight. 1st and 10, Ben Landers back in the shotgun. Puts a man in motion, Easton Messer. He'll take the handoff, goes to the right side, turns the corner, and he's a sprinter. And he gets a nice gain out near midfield. Great run by by Messer.
That's 16-yard gain. Yeah, so different style of play there. You know, you got to grind it down, big backs running between the tackles, and then you got what Silver Creek does is use some speed. They do have some speed and some talent in their wide receivers and their running backs.
1st and 10, ball across midfield, the 48-yard line. Silver Creek's first play, a big gainer. Shotgun this time. Nope, under center is Landers. Single setback is Heath Knight. Messer goes back in the eye. Now a little type pass, more of a pitch than anything. Messer trying to stiff arm and finally wrangled to the ground, out of bounds inside the 30-yard line. They'll spot him at the 26, 1st and 10.
Yeah, Colby Whitaker ran him out of bounds, but not after about a 20-yard gain. That's just a little swing pass. It's just like a sweep, really.
The only danger about that is if he misses it, it is a live ball.
Yep.
1st and 10, ball at the 26-yard line. 2 plays, big chunks of yardage for Silver Creek. And we'll see the Dragons, they all come up. Now they're not checking their Timexes. They're actually reading the plays off their wrists. Landers in the shotgun. Puts a man in motion. That's Messer. Fakes the handoff. Landers goes straight ahead. Dodges, weaves, and down to the 20-yard line for a nice gain on 1st down. He pick up 6.
That's a good test for him. Make sure that his injury he's overcome his injury and he can take a hit.
Well, it's the first time you get hit after coming back from an injury is that when the butterflies hit you. Then you get up and you realize you're not broken. And you start up and things get better from here on out. Landers, again, back in the shotgun, empty backfield. Puts a man in motion, Messer. This time Messer gets it. He's going to cut it up early this time. Finds a seam. And down inside the 15-yard line, it'll be 1st down. Way to read his blockers. Instead of taking it outside, he turned it up.
And to their credit, the Silver Creek wide receivers do a really nice job of blocking downfield. So they've learned that lesson that if you're going to play, you may not catch a lot of passes, but you have got to be a good blocker downfield.
They put the ball down on the 16-yard line. 1st and 10 from that spot. Heath Knight, the tailback. Landers back more of in a pistol than anything else. And a pitch to Knight, a little behind him, goes back and gets it. Flag on the play. Knight all the way down to the 3-yard line, but this one's going to come back. I have a feeling as a hold is signaled on the side. So a 10-yard penalty. We've seen a lot of those holding calls this year, both sides of the river.
Yes, we have. And those are drive killers. Now it's instead of 1st and 10, it's 1st and 20. If Silver Creek's built for 1st and 20, North Harrison's not.
No. And they'll move the ball all the way back to the 25-yard line. So it's actually 1st and 19 where they put it down at. But might as well be 1st and 20. At this point, if you're going to get 19, you better get 20. Mm-hmm. Landers looks at his wrist, pulls in the play. Very short pistol that time. That's a snub nose. He takes the snap. Straight ahead is Heath Knight. And across the 20-yard line to the 19.
That's snub nose 38. There you go.
That's what
we're going to call that. Not a pistol, it's a snub nose.
Sawed-off shotgun or something. This is getting a little too militaristic.
Yeah,
we may have to come up with a
terminology. And it was. When he's in that formation, it's normally going to be an option player. They're going to give it to the pistol back behind him.
Under 3 minutes to go in the first quarter. No score here at North Harrison. Silver Creek with the ball on the 19-yard line. Fakes the handoff to Messer. Landers straight ahead and inside the 20 back to the 14-yard line. And it'll bring up 3rd and
8, Mike. 3rd and 8.
Yeah, 3rd and 8. I'm looking at the chains on the far side. I should just actually be watching the scoreboard. It's quicker. 3rd and 8 is the situation. Landers, 4-down territory for Silver Creek. Not a big surprise there. Shotgun, man in motion. Landers going to put it in the air. Has the receiver wide open in the end zone, and it's through his hands. Trey Shane couldn't be more wide open.
He was definitely wide open.
You got to make that catch.
Yes, you do. Wasn't the best throw. It was a little behind him. He had a turn, but he still has to make that catch.
Yeah. That's going to bring up 4th down, 4th and 8, and you have to wonder, will they try that same thing again? It was so wide open. Can you do it twice? They line up similar fashion. Everybody wide open, open backfield, Messer in motion. Lander's going to roll, and that pass not good at all.
Yeah, a lot of pressure by North Harrison on that play. I'm trying to catch the number. It was 32, but I don't see a 32 on the roster.
Yeah, it may have been a 37 perhaps. That might be Colby Whitaker.
Could have been.
Yeah, Whitaker probably come flying in there. And Landers.
Yeah, and it was Colby Whitaker.
Landers couldn't quite get the pass off as he wished, a little frustrated. Turnover on downs. It'll be 1st and 10 North Harrison as Silver Creek makes a drive but comes up empty at the end. Ball at the 14-yard line. Fenn under center. And he's going to drop back, handoff to Neville. Out across the 15. And a gain of about 4 or 5 yards. It'll be 2nd down and 6. Ball spotted at the 14. Nice run by Neville that time.
Yeah.
The entire backfield came over to the sidelines and got the play that time. I don't understand that.
I don't either.
But seems like it takes a lot of time and energy to run the quarterback over back and forth.
And it wastes time, too.
Fenn waits for the snap. There it is. Hand off to Neville. Tries the left side. And a couple of yards, not much more than that, across the 20, maybe to the 21. And it'll bring up 3rd and about 4. That may be, well, it won't be the last play, but it's going to be the next to last play of the first quarter. North Harrison uses all of their play clock.
Yeah.
And that's just been Coach Williamson's style since the day one.
And that's the good thing about having a play clock on the field that the quarterback can actually see. You're not relying on a referee standing 25 yards behind. That's got a stopwatch, and you don't really know what the time is.
Unbalanced left, the opposite of what we saw in the first series. They go to the left this time.